Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Dr. Rasi Explains. This is Dr. Rasi, and today's topic is final exam module 4 that includes chapter 20, Ecology, Biodiversity, chapter 19, Population Ecology, and chapter 16.4, Hormones, Chemical Messengers. So these chapter numbers are from our Concepts of Biology, the textbook. So please do your reviews accordingly from these chapters. And don't forget to, of course, study these PowerPoints, slides from the Canvas shell. So let's get started. Okay, so we start with chapter 20, Ecology. Okay, so ecology is study of organisms and their interaction with environment. This is what ecology definition is. We have another chapter, which is 19, which is specifically focused on population ecology. But this chapter 20 is a general ecology. So in ecology, like you see here in this figure here, basically there are these hierarchical levels that starting with species, the smallest unit, like organisms, with survival, reproduction of them, unit of natural selection. And the next level is level 2, which is population. That's unit of evolution. This is a group of same species. The next level is community, which is basically group of populations of different species. The next level is ecosystem, which is what we see: food chains, energy fluxes, cycling, and nutrients. That ecosystem includes living and non-living. So that's one big thing here. So what is living and non-living? So you see in this second picture here, living is biotic, like anything, plant, animal, bacteria, fungi, protists. And non-living is abiotic, which is water, soil, air, light, minerals, fire, anything that's non-living. It's also light and wind and etc. So these are all involved in ecosystem, because ecosystem is a community of living and non-living, biotic and abiotic communities. Next level up is biome. Biome is several ecosystems, large, maybe area of a biosphere that may have a small, unique climate that's actually in a biosphere. So example is tropical rainforests or deserts or grasslands. These are some examples to biome. And then next level up is biosphere, which is basically level 6. That's like ocean, land, air. That's like global ecosystem, right? Biosphere. And then the next level is Earth, then solar system, galaxies, universe, and goes on like that. So, so this chapter just focuses on general, ecology. Again, not specific of any population or community ecology. Now, of course, so there are some topics that they actually overlap between this chapter and next chapter. And also there are some other things like altitudes. So starting from deserts like lower, and then grasslands, oak trees, pine trees, spruce, fir, tundras, and polar ice, like from lower altitudes to the higher altitudes. That's also important. Biomes and habitat. So biome and habitat. Habitat means a specific neighborhood. That's habitat, right? A specific neighborhood. But biome is words major neighborhoods. So habitat is a specific neighborhood. Biome is major neighborhood. So let's go over some other topics that actually we covered in chapter 20. So biome, when we look at the biomes, since they are major neighborhoods. There are freshwater biomes and marine biomes. Okay, so it's freshwater, obviously it's lakes, ponds, rivers, streams, wetlands, lake. So these are all freshwater, but marine biomes, basically the zones like photic, aphotic, intertidal, according to depth of the water, degree of the light penetration. That includes also oceans, coral reefs, and some other unique biomes. And then terrestrial biomes, there's another group, which is basically the climate and predominantly vegetation is that makes them unique. Major terrestrial biomes include places like forests, savannas, deserts, chaparrals, temperate grasslands, temperate broadleaf forests, coniferous forests, tundras, and polar ice. And there are cycles like water cycles and nitrogen cycles. And then there is also some information here about climate change, which basically make sure you review greenhouse effects of global warming, accumulation of greenhouse gases, and climate change on effects on ecosystems, right? So ecosystem, remember, is our living and non-living things all together. So biotic and abiotic, and definitely climate change has an impact on ecosystems, like devastating wildfires. Example, they have major effect in certain ecosystems. Also, they shift the biome boundaries. Make sure that you actually read the chapter 20 from the Orange Book, and then look at the questions at the end. So the next is we're going to look at chapter 19, which is population ecology. So population ecology is a subcategory of ecology which focuses on populations. There are topics like age survivorships, like survivorship curves. You see here 3 types of survivorship. So you can see here the number 1, which is here, which is human and large mammals. You can see type 1, type 2, which is like the one going straight down here, like hydra, birds are type 2, and type 3, trees. Easy to remember, type 3, trees. This is also called R selection. Not just trees, but oysters, lizards, these are type 3. And type 1, human, is also called K selection. That's first curve here you see. The second curves you see here, they are population growth models. Okay, so first one is you see exponential growth. This is basically a growth that's the type of growth that like we see in rabbits, for example. There is unlimited environment, so there is exponential growth. So the next one is logistic growth, like you see in the seals. You see here there is a limited environment, but also there is a max population size, which is also called carrying capacity. You can see here carrying capacity is here, this point here. Okay, so maximum population size is also called carrying capacity. So population growth regulation, there are a number of items related to this. Factors like density dependent factors, like density independent factors. So what is a density dependent factor? Which is basically intraspecific competition, same species in an area competing with each other. That's density dependent. So these are limiting factors. Density independent is actually like weather, seasonal changes. These are density independent factors. There are invasive species there, that means non-native species like zebra mussels. And there is some information here about biological control, and specifically IPM, which is a biological, chemical, and cultural method of pest control. IPM actually which states no overuse of pesticides. that's actually a part of this IPM, biological control. And then there is something about biological diversity in population ecology. So there is genetic diversity, species diversity, and predators and killing, eating, and prey type of topics, subtopics that's actually under this. What is causing actually biodiversity decline? Like habitat destruction, invasive species, pollution, and overexploitation. These are some factors that affects biodiversity in general. So this is chapter 19, which is population ecology. So if you look at end of the chapter 19, there is also some information about ecological footprints. So important topic, ecological footprints. So please look up the ecological footprints. Also, some other limiting factors like we already talked about, but also increased death rate, seasonal changes, limited food supply. These are also some other limiting factors. And there is some information about demographics, which is life tables, survivorship, and reproductive tables. So again, these are related to population density, which is the number of individual of species per unit area. This is population density. And then population age structures. So basically dividing the population in different age groups and then making age structures figures. And we already talked about population growth models and application of population ecology. Again, biological control is very, very important. Biological controls of pests, which is intentional release of natural enemy of an attack, a pest that exists, a pest population, and sometimes effective against invasive species. So, but one problem might be prospective control agents can themselves become invasive. So the biological control agents that could become invasive themselves. That can be an issue. Please read up from the Orange Book, chapter 19, population ecology. Look at the end of the book, end of the chapter 19, basically the summary, and then look up the questions and try to work on the questions your own. The next chapter is we'll be changing gears to hormones. This is something actually totally different chapters compared to the previous two, not related at all. So this is hormones. Hormones is endocrinology, which are chemical messengers. So they are signals in general. There are signals besides hormones. There are these chemical signals like hormones, but there are also electrical signals, which we are not going to cover in this chapter, but like nervous systems and nerves. So one major difference is electrical nerves and electrical signals. They are short-acting, while the chemical signals, they actually last longer, but they are slower in action. So, and the signals like hormones, the chemical messengers, they can be actually secreted by either from glands, like endocrine glands, or it could be some organs like stomach or some other organs that we are gonna look through, like pancreas, for example. So they transmit it through these blood system. So because of that, they can actually reach all part of the body. Because of that, hormones are very, very important in biology. So, and actually some issues with the hormones can cause actually immune problems and hormone-related disorders like type 2 diabetes or diabetes in general, and some other like thyroid related issues. So we cover in this chapter. So in this picture here, you see all the major organs and glands like thyroid gland, adrenal glands, pancreas organ, ovaries, testes, and brain related glands like hypothalamus, that they actually release a specific hormone, and then that's actually plays a key role in doing something specific. Okay, so what's so special about the hormones and why they are so important? Well, and also you should look up hormones and their like specific type of hormones, their name, and what they are doing. Actually, what's their function, right? So what is the hormone? Where is it? Where is it secreted by? Where does it go and transported? And then what's the effect, right? So effect of the hormone. So hormones, you can think of hormones as like signals that they actually go and bind to a specific receptor, and then they might enter the cell or not enter. It depends on if they are water soluble or lipid soluble. If they are lipid soluble, they could actually enter the cell and involve inside the cell. If they are water soluble, they could actually stay outside and then still carry out their function without entering the cell. So one major thing they do is gene regulation, obviously. So hormones are very big on that, so they can actually go and regulate an mRNA expression and gene regulation. So there is whole human endocrine system that basically, as you see in this picture, that and a number of organs and glands actually involved, and there are a number of specific hormones that you should actually look up to this PowerPoints. One good place to study this chapter 16.4 hormones, besides our orange book, is our PowerPoint slides in Canvas. So some hormones that we cover is ADH, which is that hormone for dehydration, antidiuretic hormone. That basically, if the body goes through a limited water situation like dehydration, that so this gives the signal and increase the secretion of ADH, and that can actually signal the kidney to actually lower the urine and basically minimize the effects of severe dehydration situations. One topic that actually covered here is related to thyroids, and thyroids actually iodine relationship. So there is iodine deficiency in some certain situations that actually that can actually cause thyroid problems. Iodine also is available in US in the salt. So if you so is iodine deficiency is not a problem in the US because salts have iodine in them. But there is also another topic called potassium iodide pills, which basically can be used in certain situations. Now, there are other hormones like HGH, human growth hormone, basically determines the human growth. Also look that up. There are testosterone, and then there are these other hormones that we cover. So make sure you read the chapter 16.4 and then make sure that actually you review the slides related to this chapter. So anything else in this chapter, and make sure that you be familiar with hormone names and then their function that we cover. Okay, so one big hormone also we covered was insulin, which is released by beta cells in pancreas. And then as you know, when the blood glucose levels goes up, the insulin actually is the hormone that's supposed to release from pancreas beta cells and then go and open up the channels, so for muscles and brains and other cells that actually insulin can could actually go channel there. But in the case of diabetes, like type 1 diabetes, there is actually there isn't enough insulin, so they have to take insulin, external insulin from outside daily. And then type 2 diabetes, which there is insulin, but actually there might be insulin resistance in the cells that might be causing actually the insulin not functioning as well. So make sure you look up diabetes too. That's pretty much a chapter on hormones. So to recap, these are the 3 chapters that's actually mainly for the final exam. And as always, thank you for watching, and please reach out and inbox me from the Canvas. Send an inbox if you have questions. We will do also extensive review in class, next class time. And then please feel free, comment, like, and subscribe. See you in next video. Thank you and happy studying.